I'm Tset, and this is a tea time lapse. The first time I drew Tigurong, I mostly just referenced tigers, but this time I decided to reference binturongs as well, while also keeping the face more tiger-like. I found a number of photos of binturongs just kind of relaxing on branches like this. Of course, Tigurong has these big paws with giant claws that are a bit more sloth-like. I just wanted him to be snoozing and yawning. And for scale, I added in some linglings hanging around on the tree around them. So this lingling is joining in on a nap, and this lingling is perched. I do change where I have him perched later on, though. And this lingling is taking a big jump. Originally, it was just going to be the one branch, but, well, I ended up drawing in a few more. Sometimes I color in the sketch very simply just to check the shapes that I have going on. I did make the snout a bit shorter than it would be on a real tiger because that's how Taijiro draws Tigurong. I got into Taijiro's streams a few months after I had accidentally stumbled upon my treatment needs for having good enough cognitive function for drawing, and I just really fell in love with the world that he created, and it made me feel very inspired to draw. And I also particularly enjoy drawing his different spirit creatures, which is why I've done so many of these drawings. I really don't draw linglings on model at all, do I? I really just kind of go and do my own thing. But I enjoy it so much, so... To be honest, I don't ever really try to make my drawings of the spirits look quite the way Taijiro draws them. I allow myself to have a bit of artistic license in adapting them to my style. I've been getting better at drawing branches, but I really need to take the time to study how I want to draw actual whole trees, especially how I want to deal with big groups of leaves, because what I did here isn't quite it. I'm not quite satisfied with it, but I decided not to redraw it. But really, there was no call for me drawing all these leaves. I should have just drawn the outlines of shapes. And maybe the occasional leaf, which is... I meant to draw just the occasional leaf, but I just got out of hand. I decided to have this yellow gradient behind everything, unifying it all, because the way I do these risograph pieces, I set almost all the layers to multiply. I do occasionally put like a white layer to break up something that I don't want to be added into everything else, but then I'll put multiply layers above that. The risograph brushes I have are from Retro Supply Co., and they've been working pretty well for me, but I do want to play around with how I use them for working better on bigger pieces like this, because the way I've been doing it worked really well when I was doing the small single spirit pictures, but this wasn't as great for it, so I definitely need to play around with different methods. I did a little bit of experimenting to figure out what color I wanted the shadows to be. And then I used atmospheric perspective to build a greater sense of depth within the piece, so the branches and leaves that are further back are a lighter color. I very nearly forgot the whiskers, even though I put the dots along the muzzle where they should go. At least in the images I was referencing, Taijiro doesn't draw whiskers on Tigurong, but I wanted them, so. Thank you so much for watching.